What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've never really talked about on the channel before, and that is my top 10 favorite movie posters of all time. Now, movie posters are something that I love. Every time I go to the theater, they have them out front with the lights, and it gets me excited every time a new poster is released for an upcoming Marvel movie, Star Wars movie in general. I think posters are just super cool. I have the original trilogy posters over there. I have some posters over there, some other ones over there. I'm not going to say what they are because you'll have to wait and see. They're likely going to make this list. I do have some honorable mentions before I get into this because there's just so many great and cool posters. I couldn't fit it down to just 10, so my honorable mentions are Platoon, Halloween, Vertigo, Alien, and Rocky. Coming in at number 10 for me is Jurassic Park. This film obviously directed by Steven Spielberg, but the poster art itself has just become so iconic. I feel like if you go into any store at any given time, you could find a Jurassic Park t-shirt, or you could find someone wearing a shirt that just says Jurassic Park. The Jurassic Park poster is one that I think everyone recognizes and one of my favorite designs. Coming in at number 9 for me is the Raiders of the Lost Ark poster. Now there's two posters for this film that I really love. I actually have the re-release poster in the 11x17 form. It's over on that wall over there, but the poster I'm talking about today is the original release poster, which just has a picture of Indy holding the whip over his shoulder. He's got his classic hat on, and I just love the color scheme as it sets the stage for the rest of the Indiana Jones poster slash cover art for Blu-rays. Really just embodies that these are classic films. They are based on these classic serials, and you're going to get an adventure feel out of it, as they feel kind of vintage when you look at them, as there's like this brown, worn down color to them, almost like an old map that you would find on a treasure hunt. And I just love the poster so much for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Coming in at number 8 for me is La La Land. I absolutely adore this poster. It's purple. It says La La Land in the classic movie font, and you see Ryan Gosling's character Sebastian dancing with Mia, Emma Stone's character, in the iconic Lovely Night sequence that takes place with the LA sunset in the backdrop, and I just love the color scheme of this poster so much. I think that Mia's yellow dress just with the purple, just it works so well, and then Ryan Gosling just always looks cool, so seeing them on the poster is awesome. I would love to get my hands on this poster. Coming in at number 7 for me is another musical poster, and that is for Singin' in the Rain. I actually have the poster right over there on my wall. Classical Hollywood posters really do just appeal to me. I love how vintage they feel and just so old school, and like you're going to be transported to a magical place when you watch this movie, and that's how I feel whenever I see the Singin' in the Rain poster. You have the three main leads in their raincoats with their umbrellas, and it's raining in the background. It says, "What a glorious feeling," and you have the classic Singin' in the Rain font. It makes me feel happy when I look at this poster. It makes me hear the Singin' in the Rain soundtrack in my head. Coming in at number 6 for me is the E.T. movie poster, the extraterrestrial. Movie came out in 1982, directed by Steven Spielberg, and I love blue. I think it's one of my favorite colors, and it looks so cool on this poster as it's the classic silhouette of the moon with Elliot and E.T. flying the bike over the moon. One of the most iconic shots in cinematic history, and I think it's an absolutely beautiful poster, one that I actually have hanging on my wall right over there. I got it when I was at Universal Studios, and wow, this movie is just a classic among classics. I wish that it won Best Picture. I didn't talk about it in my past Best Picture video, but I really do wish that it did. The poster, every time I see it, it makes me want to rewatch E.T. It's just a brilliant poster for a brilliant movie. So before I get into my top 5, definitely consider hitting the like button and comment down below what your favorite movie posters are. I'd be interested to hear, because there are so many great ones that I couldn't put all my favorites on this list. But coming in at number 5 for me is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is Tarantino's latest film and my favorite film from 2019, and the poster is absolutely beautiful. It's such a perfect homage to the classical Hollywood cinema posters, but it has my favorite movie stars on it now, with Leo, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie all front and center. It has all these little Hollywood Easter eggs around. You actually can see Quentin Tarantino on the poster directing in the director's chair, and it's just so great. I love this poster so much. I wish we would get more posters like this now, because the classical Hollywood design for posters is my favorite template. The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood poster is just so sweet. Coming in at number 4 for me is the poster for Avengers Endgame. Now, I am a sucker for this movie. It's my favorite MCU movie. I adore it, but the poster is just absolutely gorgeous, as you have this purple color palette, and you have all the heroes front and center, the ones who weren't dusted, the ones who survived, and you have Thanos in the background. You can tell he's not messing around in this movie. He looks beaten down and ready to go as he has his helmet on, but you see Iron Man and then Cap wielding his shield, and then all the heroes just look so serious, and you can tell they're dealing with the downfall of the events of Avengers Infinity War, and they're ready to tackle Thanos head on, and this poster just got me so pumped. I remember the first time I saw it, I got filled with excitement to see the movie, and every time I look at it, it makes me want to watch Endgame again, and honestly just watch all the MCU movies. It makes me truly appreciate the MCU as a whole, and I have this poster hanging in my room as well. It's a beautiful piece of art, and it represents the MCU perfectly. Coming in at number 3 for me is Jaws, the classic movie poster that just has the shark coming up at the girl with the scene from the beginning. This poster is terrifying. I remember when I was younger, I was at a family friend's house, and I saw the Blu-ray for Jaws. Never saw it, and it freaked me out. I saw the shark, and it scared me. I was like, I don't want to watch that movie. And when I finally did see Jaws, I really did love it. It's a classic, one of my all-time favorite movies, probably my top 20 of all time. The poster is just one of those classic posters that anyone could recognize, oh, that's Jaws. And I think that's what a great poster should do. It instilled fear in me at a young age, and it still is creepy to look at because that shark is still terrifying. Makes me a little skeptical about going in the water, but Jaws is just one of those adventure films that once you see it, you have an even greater appreciation for the poster, as this film is essentially a horror adventure, and Spielberg blended it together perfectly. Coming in at number 2 for me is the poster for Back to the Future, which is the classic shot of Marty McFly with the tire tracks on fire from when the DeLorean goes back in time, and wow. This is just one of those posters that is so cool to look at, and every time I see it, it gets me amped about Back to the Future. I'm not kidding. It's one of the classic 80s movie posters, and one that I feel like I just had to own. I got it when I went to Universal. It's hanging right over there on the wall. Just right off the bat, if you haven't even seen Back to the Future and you see this poster, I feel like it sparks interest immediately because it's just such a cool design. You've got Marty McFly front and center, and he looks shocked at something. You can tell it's got sci-fi vibes to it, adventure vibes to it, and that's exactly what Back to the Future is. When you look at this poster, you get excited to watch the movie, and that's what all great posters do, like I've said throughout this video, and I just adore the Back to the Future poster. My favorite movie poster of all time has to be the Star Wars movie poster, the movie that started it all for this epic saga. And there's 2 versions of this. There's the classic one that doesn't have as much colors, but the one I love, it just pops when you see it. It is so beautiful. You have Luke Skywalker front and center, and then you have Han Solo with his blaster in the back, Darth Vader, Ben Kenobi, C-3PO, R2-D2. You just know you're in for a space epic adventure when you see this poster. You see the Death Star in the background and the X-Wings, and it's like, I can only imagine if I was a kid in 1977, like a 12-year-old, and I saw this poster, I would be like, we're going to see that right now. And I would become obsessed with it. And I did. I did become obsessed with Star Wars at a young age. I still am. I always talk about it on the channel. It's seriously something that I'm so passionate about. But that first Star Wars poster is just one that I will always remember. It's like the first real movie poster that I think I bought with my own money. And it hung over my bed for the longest time. And then I got the rest of the original trilogy. But this poster is absolutely gorgeous. It just embodies Star Wars. The classic Star Wars poster cannot be beaten in my opinion. So that's going to do it for my top 10 favorite movie posters video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted to do something a little different, talk about the posters, because we always talk about the movies, but we don't talk about the cover and promotional images behind them. So definitely consider hitting the like button. Like I said earlier, comment down below your favorite movie posters. I know there are so many great ones that I didn't get to talk about, but trust me, I love a lot of movie posters. Stay tuned for more content coming soon. Live streams, collabs, podcast episodes, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.